All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. And today I am very, very excited. I have a very special guest with me. Let me tell you a couple of words about my guest. Singer, songwriter, producer, CEO, everybody, put your hands together all the way from the ATL right now. Mr. Donell Jones, how are you, sir?
What it do? What it do? What it do, man?
Man, what it do, brother, man. It is extremely an honor to have you, bless us with your presence here at Word with Ty Brownlow. I am very happy to be talking about some of the stuff we're talking about today. Man, so let's just get right into it, if you don't mind.
Sure, man, let's go.
All right. So, man, you after a 7-year hiatus, you're back with new music. And you're back with a new album, 100% Free.
Yes.
Now, man, I read through the bio. I read some of the behind stories behind 100% Free. And I want to talk about that a little bit. You talked a little bit about self-sabotage. You talked a little bit about depression, the music industry, fake family and friends. Man, can you enlighten the audience, on how you've managed to wage the war within yourself to become a man of peace and prosperity?
Well, you definitely have to look in the mirror because that's where it starts. A lot of times we tend to blame others for our problems, but it's really the battle within yourself. Because it's all right here, man. It's all in the mind. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is here, and once you complete this battle, then you can battle the outside. But for me, man, that's where it started. 7 years ago, I released my last album, which was called Forever. And that particular record, man, most of the songs I was pretty much singing to myself, all of the things that I wanted to become. Mm-hmm. When I went back and listened to the lyrics, it kind of made me really focus on what I wanted to do with my life. It took me 7 years to get to this point, man. It really took me some time to really figure out. I smoked cigarettes for 30 years, man.
Yeah.
I was an avid weed smoker. I drank, and I just wanted to really, really stop harming myself. I'm not saying this is for everybody. This is what I did for me. Mm-hmm. For me, it was important that I know when I drank alcohol, I became a totally different person, man. Not some people can drink and they can have a good time. That wasn't me. I was the kind of person that when I drank, I became angry. I became just a horrible person. And cigarettes for me, man, I always wanted to quit, but it was a hard thing to do. So I figured that, if I take one day at a time, take one thing at a time, I can stop these things. And eventually, man, it was all in my head, man. It was all in my head. And I eventually stopped everything. But we go through a lot of things in life, man, where we're addicted to a lot of things. Not just some of us are addicted to food. Some of us are addicted to self-sabotage. A lot of us are addicted to social media. There's a lot of things that we are addicted to out here that we need to take a step back and just, refocus, get ourselves back together, and then we can approach the world in a different way.
You know what? I like your view on that, especially during these times, man. These are very crucial times, and I don't know if people are really paying attention or, I seen a commercial the other day, and the commercial said, just because you're over COVID doesn't mean COVID's over,
Right.
And I feel, pretty much to your point, that's how we pretty much have to be in these days. Sometimes you really have to take notice of, the things and people that we have around us, because that's what's important than all these other material things we're out here chasing. So great point, man. That is a great point. Now, man, I want to talk a little bit about you now. Man, you're like a father of 6 now, okay? All right?
Yeah.
You're a dad, all right? So I know being a parent, man, sometimes those kids, man.
Yeah, man. They can put it on you, man.
So
they'll give you love and joy and also anger at the same time.
all at one time. So I want to talk a little bit about this now. Man, look here. You're like a father of six, man. You're like a musical life and relationship coach now. You know, you're like helping others, from what I hear as well. Correct?
Well, I guess my music, in a sense, helps a lot of people in their relationships because it's based on my personal experiences. But like, I don't sit down and talk to couples or anything like that. I think it's more through the music, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're like a musical healer, almost.
Yes.
I got you. I got you. So, man, how do you look, how do you find a balance in all of this, trying to like handle these kids? Because we know how they can be. But man, also at the same time, you know, you are a musician, you are a talent, you have stuff you want to get out. How do you find a balance in all of this, man, while you're trying to be a father, raise your kids appropriately, you know, especially with COVID, especially with everything else that's going on in America? You know, it's hard for, you know, us out here. So how do you find a balance in all that, man?
Well, for me, it's not that hard because, you know, I had kids at a young age. So my first four children are grown. You know, my oldest is 20, 28, and the youngest in that group of children is 21. So, I mean, for that, yeah, they're grown, they're off doing their own thing. So it's easy because, you know, and then I have two other children with my wife, and my daughter is, she's about to be 13, and my son is about to be 5. So for me, it's easy, man. I have a great support system. My studio is here in my house, so I'm able to work whenever I want to. My wife takes care of the kids, and you know, and we all here, you know, since they're not in school. My daughter goes to school twice a week, but we see each other every day. We go walking in the park together. So we do quite a lot of things together, and you know, and when it's time for me to go to work, I just head downstairs in the basement and go do my thing, you know. So it's pretty easy.
Hey man, that's what's up, man. But you know what? I think that's what you have to have. You really have to have that connection. You have to have that family unit, you know, especially, you know, for, you know, a creative such as yourself. Man, I'm gonna need a little bit more time. I got this song. I'm trying to write the song, but I can't write the song because, you know, I got the young one over here throwing stuff around, and
Right.
man, I gotta go tend to that. I gotta go get that. I gotta, you know, so that is great, man. That is great. So let's talk about a little bit about, man, you in the music industry a little bit. 25 years in the game, man. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So you signed with LaFace Records, man. You have man, look, you have some hits. You have some anthems. Okay. I'm out here in LA. All right. So you know, they still bump you out here pretty hard, man. I told some people I was gonna have you on the show. They start popping off songs. I'm like, he did make that. Oh man, okay, I gotta go make that. You know, I gotta say that. Right. You know, for the homies in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's like an anthem here in LA. That's an anthem here in LA. So kudos to you. But man, you know, you have, you know, Knock Me Off My Feet. You know What's Up. You know Where I Want to Be. Shorty Got Eyes on Me. Man, just to name a few. You've written songs for 702. Man. Jacquees, just your resume is long, okay? So my question to you is, how is your approach different this time around than it was 25 years ago to music?
You know what, man? If I'm going to be all the way honest, and I always am, it's nothing has changed. You know, for me, sometimes I don't even touch the keyboard or get on the microphone. It may take months. And then something may strike me where I don't get off of it for months. You know, I always tell people, man, like, I really can't take credit for any of the things that have come through me. I feel like I'm like the antenna, and I just get the signal, and then I just go to work. You know, so that's why I'm always saying that, you know, these songs, they write themselves. I'm just there. I'm just the person they come to, and they come through me. But they write themselves. Like, you know, a lot of the stuff that I've written in the past have definitely been from personal experiences and things that I've been through. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm in awe at where some of these lyrics come from. Mm. Because I mean, me quite naturally, man, you know, I'm a quiet person. I'm I'm an introvert, you know, except for when it's time for me to get on stage. Then I have to transform into, you know, into that thing.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, for me, man, nothing has changed. I mean, I still create the same way that I did when I was a little younger.
Okay. All right. That's what's up, man. You know. So let me ask, you being from Chicago, all right, Chi-Town, you know, man, I gotta ask this question for my Chi-Town people. You know, how much is Chicago in everything that you do?
It's in everything that I do. I mean, you know, from my style, from the way that I dress,
Right.
you know, from the hats.
Yes.
From my style of singing. You know, my mother, when I was coming up, man, she played a lot of great records, man, and a lot of Chicago talent. You know, a lot of people don't understand, man. I love house music, and house music started in Chicago.
Yes, it did.
So, you know, it's just a lot of things about me are so Chicago, and you can tell by, you know, just by my swag.
Okay. All right. I like that. Hey, man. To all the Chicago people, you know, Southside original right here.
Outside, yeah.
Donell Jones. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, let's talk about this album a little bit more. It's coming out in November of 2020, correct?
Yes. That's when I'm looking at 2020. Well, I'm looking at November. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting on some sample clearances, and hopefully, you know, I keep that date. If not, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving. I'm not moving by. If something happens, man, I'm just gonna move with whatever happens at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, there's no pressure.
Well, tell us a little bit about the album. I know it's like 7 tracks on there, and you talked a little bit about your studio earlier. You're CEO of Candyman Music.
Yes, I've had this company for quite some time. My last 2 albums were released on Candyman / E1, and this one will be solely released on Candyman. But this will be a free album for the fans to buy. It's going to be on my website, DonellJonesMusic.com, for them to download for free. I feel like they rocked with me for 25 years. I feel like, you know, the time that we're in right now, you know, people are struggling, you know, trying to make ends meet. So why not give them a free album? You know, I can do this because I write, I produce, and I sing. So why not do it for them for free? You know, God blessed me with this talent. He didn't charge me for it. So why should I charge them for this music?
All right, say that, man. Brother, I hear you, you know, and let me just tell you, I think it's very important for you, you know, man, if you are going to drop it in November, man, you know, as we've been talking about, this is a very crazy time going on, man. But around that time, you know, we got the election going on. So that's very important. So hopefully you can drop that and encourage people to go out here and vote and, you know, man, go ahead and make a change, man.
It's very important that we get out and participate in this election, because, you know, it's not just about the presidency. There's a lot of other things that, you know, there's a lot of other things going on in politics that we need to pay attention to, you know, in our own states. You know, we need to elect the right people that make the laws and that call the shots in our own states, not just the presidency. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other things going on. So we have to participate. If we don't, then we can't really say anything about what's going on.
Man, truer words have never been spoken. That's true, man. If you don't vote, then don't say anything. Real simple. All right, man. I like where you're coming from with that. So, Mr. Donell Jones, this brings us to our last question, the question my show is known for. Mr. Donell Jones, what is the one word that best describes you and why?
I would say the word is passionate. Okay. I'm very passionate about what I do musically and every aspect of my life. I'm passionate about, you know, the people I spend time with. I think, you know, when you put passion into things, they always turn out right. And that's why I would say that word.
All right. Well, man, look here. I'm going to say talented because everything that I've ever heard from you has been music to my ears. I love it. My wife loves it. People that I know love it. So, man, and you have to have passion to have that. So I agree with that, you know.
I appreciate you.
Mr. Donell Jones, if anybody wanted to find you or, you know, man, as you said before, your website, you know, for your music or what have you, how can people get in contact? How can people get the music and how can people get in contact with you?
Well, the album 100% free will be on my website to download for free. That's DonellJonesMusic.com. It's also going to be in iTunes and, you know, all the other musical stores for you to purchase if you want to. If you download the music on my website and you feel like you want to just purchase it just because you want to support, that's fine. You can do that, but you don't have to. You can download it for free. It's also going to be on all of the streaming services and all that stuff like that. But if you want to get in contact with me, you can contact me through my Twitter is Donell Jones 96. My Facebook is Donell Jones Music, and my Instagram is Donell Jones Forever.
All right, okay. There he is. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the godfather of R&B, all the way from the South Side to the ATL, Mr. Donell Jones, man.
I appreciate you, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can find me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Word with Ty Brownlow, Twitter, Ty Brownlow TV, or you can just go to the website, tybrownlow.com. Get all this great interview plus other great interviews. I thank you. Good night. Peace.
Peace.